Hey y'all, for this tutorial I'm going to show you how to fill in these doodle letters, and I'm also going to show you how to work with font. I'm going to give you quite a few links down below of where to get your fonts, where to get your backgrounds. There's several places that you can look for backgrounds that you can save, and there are places where you can purchase different backgrounds. You can create your own wallpapers, backgrounds, and so on and so forth. Soon I'm going to show y'all how to do this. Create your own wallpaper. That way you can use your own wallpaper for your designs. So we will probably learn that one. I might do that one for the next tutorial. But for this one, we're going to specifically work with fonts, and we're going to work with doodle letters. Okay, so you should have received an email file with both of these letters. In the previous video, I showed y'all how to insert a photo. So you will save those to your iPad and you will insert them in separately, in separate layers. I have my M here and my A here. So we're going to work with the M first. And I'm going to show y'all how to fill in this layer. Just like I showed in the previous video, how if we fill this in right here, we're not going to be able to work on just the inside part. Whatever we put in here will cover the outline. So we're going to go back on that. What you're going to do is you're going to hit this plus sign right here. Now, since this layer is the bottom layer, the M, the layer that you added is above it. So you're going to hold on down to that and you're going to drag it underneath. Now, with the M layer, let's rename that to, let's just do that as M. Let's do that as A so we know. Okay, so this layer is what you're going to work with. Now, in the M layer, you're going to click on that. You're going to turn on reference. What reference does is it kind of locks in and allows you just to work on that layer. Now, here's where the magic happens. You're going to click on this layer right here underneath the M, and you're going to hit this tool right here. Make sure add automatic and color fill is on. Now, the color fill will be whatever color you have up here. So we're just going to, because I'm going to cover this blue up with a background. So what you're going to do is you're just going to click and it fills in that layer. Now, as you see, the M outline is separate from the new layer that we have here, which is the inside layer that we just filled. So I'm going to run that through one more time. You're going to make sure reference is on. You're going to add a layer. Now, the M will probably be at the bottom. So you're going to drag this layer down, drop it below the M. Then you're going to turn on this tool right here. And then you're going to drop. Just click. Whatever you click is the color that it's going to put in there. Okay, so now we can turn this background, this outline layer off, or we can keep it on. You can lock it. That way, you know, it's locked. Nothing's going to mess with it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hit this plus sign right here, add a new layer, and we are going to turn on clipping mask in that new layer. I taught y'all about clipping mask in the cross video. So make sure that your clipping mask layer is above the layer that we are working on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a photo, and I'm going to go with, I have these really cool checkered backgrounds right here. So I'm going to go with the yellow for the M. I'm going to do some spring checkered colors. And I'm just going to place it how I want it until it locks, just like that. You see, we have our separate, we have everything separate. The outline, the clipping mask layer, which is the checkered background, and then our inner layer that we created to be able to do this. Okay, so simple. So now what you're going to do is you're going to select everything. You will swipe to the right to select everything, group it, and we can rename it to M1 which just lets me know that's the first. Let's see. Why can't I? Hold on. I have it. I don't know why it's not letting me grab it. Oh, because the layer's locked. Okay, that's why. We're gonna unlock this so we can move it. Huh? Okay, so now we can move it. All right, so now we're gonna work with the letter A. And you're going to do the same thing, but this time you're going to click on M1, then hit add a layer. So that puts our layer under the A. So you're going to go to A, and you're going to click reference. You're going to go to layer underneath A. You're going to hit this tool again, and you're going to drop your color. To drop your color, remember to make sure automatic add and color fill is on. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go above the drop-in layer, and you're going to click on this, turn on clip and mask, and then we are going to add, let's do pink. I'm going to drag that down just like so. So now we have our first M, our first A. Okay, so now what you're going to do is we're going to group all these. We're going to name this as A1. You don't have to name it like that. I just did, so I don't know which one's which. The M1 is over here. The A1 is over here. Then A2, M2 is going to be over here. It just helps me know which one's which. So now we're going to make these a little smaller. That way I'll have more room to work with. Okay. Now we're going to duplicate our M, and we're going to rename it M2. And you're going to open this layer. We still have everything separate. You want to keep everything separate unless you're wanting to use this as the same background. You can. But I'm going to change this clipping mask layer. I'm going to clear it. I'm going to change it to purple. So now I'm going to drag it all in just to fill in the M. Okay. You're going to do the same thing with your A. You're going to duplicate. We're going to rename it A2. And I'm going to, well, let me move it first. You don't have to line anything up right now. You can do that at the end once you finish. I'm going to clear. I'm going to add a photo. And let's see, let's do this green. I want to stick with spring colors. Just like that. Now, we have all 4 separate letters. Now, we're going to go back to M1. Make sure we are in the center of our canvas. And what you can do with each of these is if you want to overlap them, we're going to turn off snapping. That way I can control this better. You can move them around however you want to move them. Just click on each layer, and you can turn off your snapping tool down here and move them around. If you want to stretch your letters out while you're doing this, you can stretch them out. I think I'm going to keep them just like they are. Bring them in. If you want to make it fun, and I know y'all probably seen designs where they kind of lopside the letters a little bit, turn them sideways, push them in with each other. You can do that too. Like so. I'm going to keep mine straight. just like that. Now, as you can see, I don't want both the A's. I don't want both the A's on top of this M. So what I'm going to do, and that's my M2, is I'm going to bring it between the A's. That way the M is now on top of that A. So it looks, you know, more brought out. Okay. So I think I'm pretty satisfied with how that looks. So we're going to select all, and we're going to group them together. Now, this keeps all your layers separate still. Just because you group it together and it all looks like it's in one group, it still keeps everything separate. Now I'm going to turn snapping back on, and I want to be in the center of my canvas, just like that. Now, if I want to, oops, come on. Sometimes this little toggle thing right here can get in my way. Drag it down. Make it look cute like that. Put it back in the center. Now that is cute. That is really cute. So if you want to add anything to this, then you can download some clip art. If you have clip art, if you want to draw something, anything, you know, it's whatever you want to make it yours. Make it yours, make it unique. Make it where it's not like anybody else's. I'm going to use monoline. Use the monoline brush. And what you can do is do a circle. I'm going to show y'all that trick. You can draw cute flowers. Or if you're not good at drawing cute flowers like I'm not, then, let's reset that and turn on uniform. Then you can definitely, let me turn on reference for that so I can work just inside that. Then you can definitely find some clip art. So one thing I love about Procreate, if you can't draw something good, it will help you draw something good. I could work with these a little better by doing this. And I'm going to show y'all real quick because this is a really cool trick. If you can't draw a perfect circle, you draw your circle, you hold it, use your finger, tap, that gives you your circle. Okay, super, super easy. Draw your circle, hold it, tap, gives you your circle. I don't know of anybody that can draw a perfect circle, so that is a very helpful tool right there. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to put a layer above this because I want whatever I add to Mama to be on top of Mama. So I have these cute flowers, and I will show you how you can be able to access these on Wednesday when we work with both Procreate and Canva. So I'm just going to click on one. If you don't have a Canva membership, I highly suggest getting a Canva membership. And that way you can have access to so many different clip arts. I mean, it's a very helpful thing when you can't specifically draw something and you want to say, okay, I want to try to find me some cute flowers like this right here. If you pay for the membership, these are totally free to use. So you can use these however you want to use them. I don't like that right there. Let's put it right there, and I'm going to move that A, or that pink flower, down. That's kind of cute. I don't know. Just play with it. Play with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. But like I said, you want it to be sellable to your customers. You want it to draw attention, and you want your wherever you are going to sell your digital products, you will want it to be flashy, attractive. You will want to, you know, be able to draw people in with your product. Okay, let's see. I don't think a sunflower would look good. Let's try this white flower. I'm going to bring it in smaller. I may be adding too many flowers. But you just have fun with it. I think I'm satisfied with it. I think I want to get rid of that green one and put this one down here. I think that was prettier. So there we go. I like it. I think it turned out really cute. So you create yours and share yours on the membership group. You can use whatever background you want. If you want to color it in, you can do that as well. I showed y'all pretty much the basics of placing a background onto these letters. And I'm going to keep mine the way it is. I'm really satisfied with it. So I'm going to save mine that way. Here, let's group these flowers. We can actually group both layers. Let's do that. And that way I can move it around. Let me turn on my snap-in so I can get it centered. Because I'd hate to share a picture in our group and my image be way up here. Alright, so let's get snapping on. Bring it over some. There we go. Okay, so I am satisfied with mine. So I'm going to save mine. I'm going to hit that tool up there, hit share, PNG. Now, if you want to save it, if you have an Etsy shop and you want to save it to be able to sell, you'll turn that background off, hit that tool, save as a PNG, and you will have to upload it as a file. So save it as a file. I'm going to put springmama.png, and that saves it as the file that I can upload to Etsy. Alright, so now that we finished this one, I'm going to show y'all how to work with fonts, how to work with fonts, how to get an outline with fonts, where to get your fonts, and just have fun with them. So we turned off this layer because we are finished with this one. So we're going to turn that off, and now we're going to add a new layer, and this is where we're going to work with fonts. You can get your fonts on dafont.com, and when you purchase a font, download the file. I'm going to show you how to insert that font. So we're going to add a text. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do mama, and I'm going to bring it bigger, put it in the center. I like this font. This font's called Alaska. You can get it on dafont.com. So what we're going to do now is let's delete that layer. I'm going to edit text, and with the text I'm going to double tap, and you will click on the font name, Alaska, and this is going to show you all of the fonts that you have. You already have fonts that are in your Procreate app already. If you have not downloaded some, I have downloaded a lot of fonts, so you can get them for free. It's totally free. So you will go to import a font, and you will find your fonts in your files. So that's how you upload a font. Make sure you remember the name of the font, because once you download it, it's a weird name. You go looking, scrolling through, like, excuse me, for instance, some of the fonts don't even have anything right here, and I have no idea why. Just some of them are like that. They don't show up with the name. Yeah, it makes no sense to me, but it's all right. Okay, But that has nothing to do with you. That has to do with the font itself. Okay, so now what I want to do with this is I want to create an outline to this mama. Now, you can create an outline or you don't have to create an outline. If you just want to fill this in, you can. Totally up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate mama. And this is going to be our outline layer. So I'm going to put mama outline. Okay. Now, you won't see the outline until I change the color. So you're going to click on edit text. You're going to double tap the text. Click on the text name, the font name. This button right here gives you your outline. Okay. This gives you your all caps or not. So we're going to keep the all caps on. Click done. We're going to turn this one off. And now we have an outline. Okay. So with the outline, we're not going to work with that one right now. We're going to work with just the inner part of just the whole bold font. Okay, so now we're going to start filling in. You're going to do it does that to me sometimes, and I'm not sure why it moves sometimes I have to, it acts crazy sometimes. I don't know. Don't ask. Okay, so now you're going to create a layer above the mama that we're going to be working on, and you're going to turn on clip and mask. Just kind of the same way that we did the doodle letters. So I'm going to work with my same backgrounds. And as you see, it filled it all up. But I want to drag it in, and I want to put it in each letter. So I'm going to continue to do that. Create a layer, clip and mask, insert a photo, go to my favorites, see yellow, and I'm going to drag it to my my A, and then I'm going to erase all this off the M. Whoops. It might be best to zoom in if you're doing that. That way you don't accidentally erase off of your A. Now, as you can see, I do have some pink overlapping. So make sure you check that. And that means I need to move my yellow over just a hair. Let's turn off snapping. That way I can control it better. There we go. All right, so now we're fixed. I told y'all it's going to be raw and filtered. I mess up. It's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with messing up. As long as you know how to fix it. As long as you know how to fix it, there's nothing wrong with messing up. Okay. Now we're going to add the green. Make sure I'm not overlapping. Okay. And we're going to erase this green off of this A. This is just the way I do it. I have always done it this way. If I find a simpler way to do this, I will definitely let y'all know. But it's really not that difficult to you know, erase off the letters. It takes literally 2 seconds of your time. So it's not that difficult. Okay, so now we have this. As you notice in the first one that we did, they were separate letters. So if you're wanting to bring these closer together, create layers of separate letters. What you're going to do is you're going to, if you're satisfied with it, you're going to group all of these together that go with the fill-in layer of mama, and you're going to group it just like that. And you can also go ahead and group the outline layer, but it keeps everything separated. And that way you can turn on freeform and you can move this around however you like it. I'm going to turn my snapping back on. That way I can get it in the center and I can drag it out as big as I want it. There we go. So I like mine. I like how it turned out. It's really, really pretty. So now I'm going to add some things to it, just like I did with those flowers. I'm going to add some flowers to it, just like the first one. So let's go with this one. Let's see how this one will look. So we're creating a spring design. So look for some springy backgrounds. It can be Easter. It can be like I got it with the checkered. Let's turn off snapping. That way I like to be able to control things if I don't have to keep it in one spot or need the snapping tool. I like to be able to control it and be able to move it where I want to move it. Okay, I'm not too fond of this one with this design. So I'm going to, let's do this one. Like I told y'all, raw and filtered, unfiltered. You will see me mess up. You will see me be like, ugh, I don't like that. You know, I will click on something that I wasn't supposed to click on. I want y'all to see that nothing is perfect. Practice makes progress, not perfection. And that is literally my slogan. That is my slogan. Practice makes progress, not perfection. Probably going to end up putting that on a t-shirt for myself, to be honest with you. Because you're never going to get anything perfect like you want it, right? This world is not perfect. And you can do the best you can, and then you can still fall. So, I mean, just keep climbing those stairs. That's all I can say. Keep climbing those stairs until you reach to the top. You may trip on a stair a few times, but you'll get there. Okay, so I like this. I think it's cute. Okay, so one thing that I like to do, I'm going to add a new layer for this. There is no doodling to these letters. It's just bold and plain, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like to make it more fun looking. So I'm going to use my monoline brush. And I'm going to add some swirlies to, I don't like that one. I'm going to add some swirlies to the outline layer. Just to make it look more fun. Let's do one on the bottom here. Whoop, we're turning it sideways. Like I said, just have fun with it. Make sure that when you're creating your design that you are keeping everything in place where you want it to be placed. And I don't like that one. And make sure when you're finished making it, that you're like, okay, I know this will sell because it is so cute. I love it. I'm pretty sure other people will love it. So on and so forth. So I'm going to make that little flower a little bit bigger, and I want it to kind of hang off the side there. All right. So I think I'm satisfied. If I did anything different, I would clear this where I did the doodling, and I would bring my brush down a little bit smaller and make the doodle lines a little smaller than they were, because they were just a little too bold for me. I think this gives like great detail to letters. Let's do, and I ramble a lot, and y'all will realize that I am a rambler. I will just sit here and be like, let's do this, and then completely not do it, or go back on it like I just did. But practice makes progress. Remember what I said. So there we go. Super cute. It turned out really great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and group all these together. That way I can move this one up, and I can bring in this one and move this one down. That way y'all can see, using font and using doodle letters. So if you want to do more of a more like bolder design for mama, then you would do the font, and you can choose whatever font you want. And if you want to do more of a fun type, you know, design, then you would do the doodle letters. Make sure you post your image on the membership group. This was really fun to make, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. And thank y'all for watching, and thank y'all for being a member. You're also going to get a email with the 2 letters, and I'm going to send you the Alaska font, and I'm also going to send you one of my brushes. So thank y'all for watching, and I can't wait to see your finished product.